Hey folks, Leave here once again. Sorry for dead on trip over, but hey guys, welcome back to another review, another movie review. Hope you enjoyed my review of X-Men First Class. Just wearing my Home Alone shirt, of course, again. Sorry, can't help it, love the movie. But anyway, X-Men First Class. Fuck, this ain't the movie I'm reviewing. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy it. My name is Levi McNally. Welcome to my channel. Just want to say that. And remember, guys, check out the mask. It's the mask profile picture. That is my channel. You know, this is hope I did enjoy my review my review of Watchmen. That was uh that was my last video. Yeah. So remember, just subscribe to this channel. Yeah. At least I got one sub today, and it's 128. Now again, do not I repeat, do not I got one subscriber on this channel, I don't need it. But that is my old channel here. Yeah, do not subscribe to this one. Yeah. I gotta get a background for this one, don't I? Terrible. But yeah, this one is right here is the one you stick with. Okay? But I do share my older videos though on that channel that you can watch on here. I'm sorry about the quality going crazy. Good quality, but it just blurs out like that. I don't know why. It just does. Hopefully you can see me and hear me. Okay. But yeah, hope you enjoyed my review watching. And now, welcome back to this is a Marvel review. This is also a revisit review. I reviewed this film about 10 years ago, actually, probably. I would say about around 10 years ago because X-Men Days of Future Past was coming out. And now I'm reviewing it again because it's a superhero movie and this is a Marvel character and it's a superhero film, so it counts for the superhero marathon. But what I've been doing, guys, once again, if you're new to the channel, I've been doing a superhero marathon on my YouTube channel. I've been doing reviewing what I like to call 2000s era of superhero reviews. Superhero movies that came out in the 2000s, 2000, of course. Oh, sorry, I'm just texting my dad here. Yeah. Anyway, what was I on to again? I was just replying back to a text. Okay, yeah, 2000, 2000 era superhero reviews, movies 2000, 2009. And, well, you've already seen it, but I've been on the year 2009. This is the third movie I think I'm reviewing, or fifth, whatever. Anyway, that is X-Men Origins Wolverine, 2009. Yes, this is the fourth installment of the X-Men film series. It's the first installment of the Wolverine trilogy within the series, and a spin-off prequel to the first X-Men film. And this movie, after doing a revisit room, this movie, I hate this movie. Now, I hate X-Men Last Stand too. I don't like X-Men Last Stand, but I will say this is even worse. I still don't like that movie. That movie still pisses me off, but this pisses me off probably even more. That movie, I still don't like X-Men Last Stand, but I'm not gonna say that's better. Neither are better to me. To me, what's better is the first two X-Men movies, uh, X-Men Days of Future Past. Deadpool 1 and 2 was much better. The Wolverine from 2013 is better than this, and so was Logan, because that was actually rated R. And that's the big problem with this movie. You have Wolverine here, who's an anti-hero, and you make him PG-13. So stupid. But anyway, let's get to the production of this movie. David Benoff pursued the project for almost 3 years before he was hired to write the script in October 2004. Preparing to write the script, he reread Barry Windsor Smith's Wolverine story, as well as Chris Claremont, and Frank Miller's 1982 limited series on the character, his favorite storyline. Also serving as inspiration with the 2001 limited series Origin, which reviews Wolverine's life before Weapon X. Jackman collaborated on the script, which he wanted to be more of the character piece compared with the previous X-Men films. Skip Woods, who had written Hitman for Fox, bad writer by the way, to revise and rewrite the script. Benoff had aimed for a darker and a bit more brutal story, writing it with an R rating in mind, although he acknowledged the film's final tone and will rest with the producers and director. The film's tone, yeah. And I like this guy, David Benoff. Well, he co-wrote the movie, so no. I guess he wanted to make a rated R movie, and of course that didn't happen. Deadpool had been developed for his own film by Reynolds and David S. Goyer and New Line Cinema in 2003, but the project fell apart as they focused on Blade Trinity and an aborted spin-off. Benoff wrote this great character into the script in a manner Jackman described as fun, but would also divide from some of his traits. Similar to Gambit was a character who the filmmakers had tried to put the previous X-Men films. Chapman liked Gambit because he was a loose cannon like Wolverine, saying the relationship echoes that of Wolverine and Pyro in the original trilogy. David Ayer contributed to the script. Benoff finished off his draft in October 2006, and Chapman stated it will be a year before shooting, as he was scheduled to start filming in Australia in 2007. Before the 2008 Writers Guild of America began, James Vanderbilt and Scott Silver was hired for a last-minute rewrite. Gavin Hood was announced as the director of the film in 2007. Previously, X-Men X2 director Bryan Singer and X-Men Last Stand director Britt Ratner were interested in returning to the franchise. Alexander, AJ, and Lynn Wiseman also wanted the job. Zack Snyder, who was approached for The Last Stand, turned down this film because he turned down this film because he was directing Watchmen. Good. Watchmen is a rated R movie that has balls to the walls action and is basically a rated R comic book movie. Yeah, yeah. Chapman saw quarrels between Logan and the main character in Hood's previous from another movie. Hood explained that while he was not a comic book fan, you can obviously freaking tell that with this movie. It, he realized the character of Wolverine. I think he's great. It realized the fact that he's someone who, in some ways, is filled with a great deal of self-loathing by his own nature, and he's constantly at war with his own nature. The director described the film's themes as focusing on Wolverine's inner struggle between his animalistic savagery, noble human qualities Hood enjoyed the previous films, but set out to give the spin-off a different feel. Hood also suggested to make the implied blood retaliation of Wolverine and Sabretooth into them being half-brothers, as it would be help build up the emotional power of the film. So, filming took place in studios in Sydney during late 2007. Post-production began in January 2008 in New Zealand. One of these film locations that was selected was Durden. Can't say it right, sorry. The explosions were used for a shot the Hudson Farm, a scene which required 13 cameras. Chapman and Pill's Woods Productions reached an agreement to allow reclining specialists instead to advise the production on being friendly. According to Hood, the screenplay was still incomplete as filming began, but the production in Australia received regularly new script pages from Los Angeles. Filming continued at Fox. Cocktail Island was used for Striker's facility. Officially, the filming ended by May 23rd. Hood and Fox were in dispute on the film's direction. One of the disputes involved the Wolverine as Army veteran, post-traumatic stress. The studio had two replacements lined up before Richard Donner, husband of producer Laura Donner, the same Richard Donner, the late Richard Donner who directed the Lethal Weapon movies, Scrooge, and of course directed Superman the movie. You know, he's an executive producer on this. Lauren Sherlock Donner, who's produced some movies, she produces this. She even says here, you can watch like the making of, Wolverine released the complete origin features. She had an idea for him to go to Japan, which will be in the next movie. But the studio's like, no, let's just focus on his roots. So I blame Fox for this movie too. Yes, I don't blame it on the third movie. What I blame is Ratner and Singer for leaving and giving them a script and they threw it out the window. But this movie, it's like the studio is trying to make it hard. I'll get to that why. Hood remarked, out of healthy and sometimes very righteous debate. I'm just going back to reading this. I hope the film is better because of the debates. If nobody we're talking about is in trouble, Hood and he and Thomas Resman were both forceful personalities in creative meetings, but they had never a stand-up argument. Kevin Hood announced the multiple secret endings exist for the film. The endings were different from the point of the print of the film. Visual effects. More than 1,000 shots of Wolverine have visual effects in them. Yeah. It was composed by Harry Gregson Williams. His score is pretty decent here. But it's not as good as John Ottoman or I think John Powell, who did the music score for the other movies. Yeah. But for the film's marketing, you had the Taylor trailer for the film, TV spots and all that. Um, they had toys out for the movie for marketing and stuff. They had what you call you know, X-Men Origins, electronic claws kids could play with. Yeah. And there was also a video game. I remember playing The game was on PlayStation 2. Yeah, I remember playing the video game. The video game's a lot better than the movie. It takes its influences from games like it's God of War. You know, what I remember in the game pretty much follows the plot of the movie. The Wolverine, voiced by Hugh Jackman. It followed the film and original plot. From I remember, you have to fight some of the main villains like you do in the movie. You fight Victor. You're in the woods fighting some soldiers or some men or whatever. I don't remember playing that video game, but you fight Victor. You have to escape the facility after he gets the anti-matter claws. Yeah, and you fight Gambit like you do in the movie. You fight the Blob. Yeah, and of course Deadpool. Well, no, I'm not calling him Deadpool. Weapon X at the end of the game. So it basically just follows the same plot of the movie. Yeah, but I remember being an entertaining game, and I haven't played it in a long time. But yeah, but those were just to market the movie, I guess. Richard Corliss sometime commented on the film standing among other Marvel films. It's an okay, not great Marvel movie that tells the early story of the Primex Wet Man. It's terrible. The film's clumsiness tries to explain the origin of Wolverine, which had Wesley only ever been briefly referred to in the original X-Men saga. Roger gave the film 2 stars out of 4 and asked about the title character. Why should I care about this guy? He feels no pain and nothing can kill him. So therefore, he's essentially a story device for action sequences. James Burnell gave the Wolverine 2.5, 4 stars, and half out of 4, calling the action scenes clearly excusable but not memorable. Yeah, yeah. But for the cast of the movie, yeah, yeah, the cast and pictures of the movie. I'm not gonna say this is the worst X Men film. No, it is one of the worst X Men films. I would say for me it was Dark Phoenix. That's the worst. You know, yeah, that film I completely hate that movie. But and I hate this movie too. But for the cast, you have Hugh Jackman as Logan Wolverine, coming back for his fourth time. Hugh Jackman, I'll give him this though. Jackman, he did work out. He did exercise a lot. Got up early in the morning. He worked really hard. He tried to give a good performance here. That's one thing that can save this movie. And even X Men Last Stand is that Jackman tries. He is this character, and he does his best with it every time he plays the character. And Troy Zevon plays as James, yeah, the young Wolverine. Liev Schreiber plays Victor as Victor Creed. I mean, I know Hugh Jackman's done the movies like he was in Swordfish, and of course Deadpool and Wolverine coming back as Wolverine. Real Steel, which I like, The Greatest Showman. I want to see that movie. Australia, Happy Feet. He's doing a voice. Rise of the Guardians. Uh, Liev Schreiber plays Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, who's Logan's half brother, which that was a stupid thing to do. But Liev Schreiber, I just remember him as a Cotton Worry in the Scream movies. Yeah, he was in Spotlight. Yeah. Basically, his character Conroy was accused of killing Sydney's mother in Scream. And he was in Scream 2 as well, where he kills the villain at the end. And he was in Jacob the Liar, Scream 3 as well. Say what you will about Scream 3, but it's a better movie than this. Yeah. And he was in movie 43, and yeah, I heard that movie was not good. Danny Houston as Striker, did not care about him. I think he was also in Wonder Woman. Yeah, he was. Haven't seen him too. Not a big fan of this actor, but that's just me. William Iam as John, who's a singer. I don't know if he's done any other movies, but Lynn Collins as Kayla. She was in John Carter, True Blood. Decent actress, I guess. Number 23, that was a horror movie with Jim Carrey. Kevin Durant as Fred Dukes. Kevin Durant. Now I have seen him in movies like Big Mama's House 2. I think he was in Walking Tall. Walking Tall with the Rock, the remake. Yeah, he was good in that. He was in Austin Powers movie, The Butterfly Effect. The Butterfly Effect. I think I remember him. He was in Scooby Doo Too Much to Release as a Black Knight Ghost. He was in Walking Tall, like I said. He was in Wild Hogs as well. He was funny in Wild. He's better. He's a better performance than he did in here. Wild Hogs like I wonder why I do. I thought he was funny in that movie. I love Wild Hogs. Say what you will, that's a better movie. It's fun to watch. And he worked in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes as well. Donald McMushney as Bradley. I don't know if I've seen this guy. He was in Lord of the Rings trilogy. Mary, I think. Yeah, I think you know him from if Lord of the Rings fans, I might know who Dominic Mahashi is. Taylor Kish, not a fan of this actor. I mean, I didn't mind him in Lone Survival. Survival. Lone Survivor, but I don't care to see John Carter. Never really been a big fan of him as an actor. Again, I can't wait to see Channing Tatum. I know he's already, in Deadpool Wolverine. I'm sure he's better. They should have went with him. Danny Heinen as Agent Zero. He's alright. He did voice for Big Hero 6 as another Disney, but that's a superhero movie too. Sure, yeah. That was right, yeah. And The Last Stand with Arnold. Better movies than this. Ryan Reynolds is Wade Wilson, not Deadpool. Just Wade Wilson, just doing these half-ass jokes. And this is his second worst comic book film, in my opinion. First being Blade Trinity. Excuse me. I'll get to what they do to him later. But Ryan Reynolds, he's done movies like Just Friends. And of course, he's done, he eventually, played Deadpool again in Deadpool 2016 and Deadpool 2. And he did what this film did so terribly with the character. He did much better. Ryan saved it, in my opinion. And, he did, was in Detective Pikachu. Yeah, and Free Guy. So, Tim Pot, Potnock? Pocock? Pocknock? Portrays the young Scott Summers. Okay. Don't really see why you had to have Cyclops in this movie as a teenager. Yeah. The film was shot in Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. It was released on May 1st, 2009 by 20th Century Fox. It got mixed reviews from critics. It was released in 20. Then he had the two sequels, and of course, Reynolds was starred as a new version of his original character, Wade Wilson. Definitely do Deadpool some justice. He did in 2016. I was so happy to see that movie in 2016. Both Jackman and Reynolds would star again together in the 2024 film that came out this year, Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm sure it's much better than this film. It is directed by Gavin Hood. He did a terrible job directing this movie. Ender's Game, which I've never seen. Skip Woods wrote the script for the movie. He A Good Day to Die Hard, Hitman, Swordfish. Not really good movies in my opinion. So he's in the A-Team 2010 remake. The movie Best in TV series, whatever. Don't really care for that movie either. He's a shitty writer. He can't write a movie. Save his life. He wrote Hitman too. Oh, and he wrote Sabotage, or with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that's a shitty film too. You are a shitty writer, Skip Wood. You suck. Hmm. It's based on Wolverine by Roy Thomas, Lewin, son, and John Bruno Jr. It's also, I think Stan Lee was an executive producer on this film. He didn't have a cameo, but he's an executive producer on the film. Lauren Shull Donner, who is the wife of Rich Donner, produces this movie. It seems like she let the studio take control of the movie. But she's produced movies like Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton before he became Batman, St. Amos Sparrow, Lady Hawk, Three Fugitives, Free Willy 2, The Adventure which movies I've tried favorite. And also X-Men 2 and X-Men 3. And she's the man, Constantine, which I love Constantine. Let's see. Oh, she did produce X-Men First Class, Wolverine Days Future Past, Deadpool, Apocalypse, Logan, Deadpool 2, The New Mutants, and of course Deadpool and Wolverine. Our executive producer on Free Willy, a TV series of Free Willy through the Rescue, Volcano. I think that was a Tom Lee disaster movie with Tom Lee Jones and Assassins with Sly Stallone and Antonio Banderas. Ralph Winter, produced blockbuster movies like such as the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the Star Trek series, like Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4, the Voyage Home, The Final Frontier, The Undiscovered Country, Hocus Pocus, Captain Ron, Mighty Joe Young, which I enjoyed that movie. Uh, the first X-Men, X2, Inspector Gadget of X-Men Last Stand, Hocus Pocus 2, cinematography by Donald McFlane, Nothing I Can See. Wait a minute. Oh, Moscow on the Hudson. I guess he did some cinematography work on that movie. Yeah, that was starring the late Robin Williams. That came out in 1984. Better movie than this. And Predator. Guy's a good cinematographer, but the cinematography in here. Sorry, get to that later. Mrs. Mrs. Doubtfire, Clear and Present Danger. Good movies. The Edge. I like The Edge with Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins. Really cinematography, beautiful looking movies. Peter Pan 2003 film, Anger Management, and Ender's Game. Music is by Harry Gregson Williams. I've heard this name before. Yeah, he's a mix score for like Spy Game, Phone Booth, The Martian, Team America War Police, Ants, the Tigger movie, Chicken Run, a sequel, Shrek films. So I just kind of knew I knew that name. And The Rock, well, he produced it with Hans Zimmer. The Prince of Egypt with Hans Zimmer, Enemy of the State, the first Spy Kids movie, the Shrek films, uh, Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, Chronicles of Narnia, and the sequels, I guess. The Taken Pelham 123, the remake with Denzel Washington and John Travolta. Cowboys and Aliens, underrated movie. Total Recall, the remake. Mm. And most recently, Gladiator 2, which came out this year. He did the musical for that. Distributed by 20th Century Fox. Production companies of 20th Century Fox, Marvel Entertainment, Dune Entertainment, Donner's Company, C Productions. It was released May 1st, 2009 here in the US. It's 107 minutes long, about 1 hour and 47 minutes long. The budget was $150 million, and the box office made $303 million worldwide. I wouldn't say it's a huge hit, but it did make money. But still, I think it got bad reception from the critics and stuff. Yeah. But the reason I said that this movie was made, you know, one problem I have is here is this, just real quick. I think because this is 2009, and Wolverine is an anti-hero. You should see blood and gore. Rich cover movies you would expect in a regular Wolverine movie. Well, you don't get this with that one. That's because you had the Dark Knight that came out, Iron Man and the Dark Knight came out, and the Incredible Hulk. The MCU was just starting the year previously, and the Dark Knight, and those movies made money. I mean, well, the Dark Knight made the most money. It made $1 billion at the box office with PG-13, and so the Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, PG-13. So maybe Marvel, I think 20th Century Fox, the way they were seeing it is, oh my God, this is big. So they probably wanted to cut it down to a PG-13. So it's like the studio is making this movie, not just the director, but the studio saying, let's tone down the violence. I don't know if the director probably agreed with that because I think 20th Century Fox are probably thinking of the money and the marketing and making money. So if we make it PG-13, they'll make more money. That's probably what they're thinking about, the money. They don't care about the fans. That's why they killed Deadpool because they don't care. The way they see it, this is going to make a lot of money. Hey, the Dark Knight made a lot of money, and Iron Man did so well. So let's make it PG-13. Let's tone down Wolverine. Thing is, Wolverine is a different character than Iron Man and Batman and Hulk. Hulk could be bloody too, but that's fine to make it PG-13. Batman you can make rated R, but people will complain if you kill people. But Wolverine, no, you would complain if you kill somebody because that's Wolverine. He's an anti-hero. He'll gut you up with his claws. When he stabs you, you're gonna feel that stab. He's an anti-hero with a character who doesn't give a shit attitude. You know, and you gotta go into his origins. You know, so I could definitely just tell in production that that was the big problem with the movie. But anyway, the story of the movie is that seeking solace from his dark past, Logan, aka better known as Wolverine, seems to have found love and consensus with Kayla, Lynn Collins. Logan's peaceful existence is shattered when Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, his vicious brother, brutally murders Kayla. Logan's thirst for revenge probes him to the Weapon X program, where he undergoes where he undergoes a painful procedure to bond his bones with antimonium with his claws, making him virtually indestructible, and more than a match for Victor. But there, yeah, and basically tells the story of his origin too, before he met the X Men, before he met Charles Xavier, about his childhood past and all that, and blah blah blah. And he's gonna kind of save the mutants at the end of the movie, and there'll be spoilers here as well. So if you haven't seen this movie, don't. But if you have, stick there. Don't watch this review because I'm gonna spoil it. You know. So if you haven't seen this film, there will be spoilers in this review. But I'll tell you this, it's not very good. You know. If you really enjoyed Watchmen, how regular that was, and you're expecting this to be the same, no. Yeah. Pretty much the character's name is James Howlett, whatever, James Howlett. Well, the story opens up like in 1832 or 1845. His character was born in 1832. When he was 13, he was sick in bed with his brother Victor. His father came in drunk. Yeah, the man comes in drunk. He's, Secretary's like, Victor's like, you're always sick. Why can't I have a Victor? You were sicker from my age. And his father comes to look after him. His father gets shot by his real father. This is when you get the bone claws, and I hate the bone claws, and I animate him. And I laughed at this kid, and I didn't care about this. He shot the kid, and the woman was like, "What are you?" And he runs away. And Richard catches up with him. He's like, "Gonna fight him?" No, Jimmy. He deserved it. We're brothers. We need to stay together. Then you get montages of the opening of them in the war. And again, the problem with this movie, the PG-13 rating hurts this movie. Cuts this movie really bad because there is no blood and gore in here. Saving Private Ryan was a better movie than this because number one, when you open up the war, you have blood and gore. You had a guy that his leg was shot off or his arm was shot off and he picked up his arm. That movie's a lot bloodier, you know. Yeah, but they tone it down just them having fights. You see times where Victor like shooting a machine gun at some guys, you see that pretty smile on his face like he's enjoying it. He tries to kill some Vietnamese and he's like, that's enough, Victor, and Victor doesn't want to stop. He flies the plane. Victor tries to rape a girl in the Minitag, so he kills Victor murders one of the soldiers. He's like, Victor! And he pushes them all, Victor, and they all fight, doing this. And Logan's like, and Victor's like, you know, Logan's like, yeah. And then they get shot, and then they get a visit from, I guess you say, next 120 years or whatever. They get a visit from Colonel William Stryker, played by Danny Houston, first time meeting Stryker. And again, Brian Cox is better, but anyway, Stryker tells them, I'm putting a team of special people together, and you can really serve your country. You can really be yourself. You don't have to hide who you are anymore. And they decide they agree to it. They get sent to search for antimonium. You make Wade Wilson, yeah, in this group. It's Wade Wilson who's good with knives and stuff. Zero who's good with guns. This guy named John who can teleport, and the Blob guy, whatever his name is, super strength. And the guy who can control lights stuff with his mind. But he's talking to Victor, and Victor's talking Wade's like, you know what, this knife, it tastes from Granny. Or he's like, I think you can feed me who gives a shit. Well, and then he makes fun of his knife, and Victor like, gotta pull that knife out. I'll admit this, I'm not big on his performance, but he does have that good smile, that good crook, that evilish smile. Lee Sharper does. It's like easy Victor, and they go, and Wolverine doesn't do it. You don't see no blood or violence nearly in this movie. No, they break in. Zero just shoots some guys like really cool fast, but no blood. Pretty cool shot, decent shot, but again, no blood. Uh, Victor claws himself up to the top of the roof. They go in the elevator. It's like it reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Turtles 2014 film. The elevator scene is the only good thing in the movie. The elevator scene was the only good thing in this movie when the guys look at them and it's the music going on. I remember people in theaters like laughing. Yeah, I saw this in the movies. Yes, and I liked it at the time, but sue me. Anyway, that was funny. The music going on. The guy shuts it down. Uh, Bradley uses his powers to create the elevator. Wade starts to good knife. I mean, it's a cool shot, but again, no blood. There's one shot where he, hits a bullet with his sword, kills two people. Yeah. He's like, all right, people are dead. And he's like, I want the rock. He goes to this place. They want the rock. Tries to order them. Victor is about to torture this guy, cut him or kill him or whatever. And he stops Zero from shooting somebody. And he's like, stop it. Don't do this. And he grabs him. He's like, don't sign up. We got a good thing going here. Don't you blow it. He's like, I'm quitting. I'm done. You coming? And Victor's not coming. Can't just like walk away, Jimmy. And they all just stare at him while the units, and he just walks away. Yeah, he walks away. 6 years later, well, he's like, Jimmy, we can't just let you walk away. He does, and then you hit 6 years later. Logan is living a peaceful life as a lumberjack with his girlfriend named Kayla, and basically peacefully he goes to work, is happy, shares a kiss with his girlfriend, picks her up from school. She's like a school teacher, and after doing that, they meet these guys on the road who are blocking the bridge, and he says to them politely to move. And this guy shows up. I'm not moved by pushes him. He's about to, you know, crazy how this is about to pull his knife out, but his bone claws out until you find out that Kayla has power of persuasion. She grabs when she touches somebody, tells you do something. She doesn't, and she calms the guy down. And Victor goes visits Bradley, who is at a carnival circus fair where we're making money to make sure people can't take the light off, you know. And Victor comes to visit him. Victor comes to visit him, just kind of has a smile and he's like, I've been worried about you visiting me way more. Wade's dead or gone or whatever, and he like kills him. PG-13 way, by the way. Uh, his girlfriend tells him this. Kayla tells him a story about a living partner whose name meant Wolverine, whatever. I didn't really care. Striker and Zero they visit Logan. They ask him to defend his country. He's like, Logan, we need you. He's like, no, I'm not in Striker. I refuse to be in this. He's like, Logan, if you don't go this way, you won't like down this road. You won't like what you find. And walks away. Victor attacks Caleb while Logan is at work, and he can sense it. He can smell it because he's like the head of a dead animal. Yeah, and he finds the animal. He's like, no, Vic, you know. And Victor's at a bar. He's like, you got insurance in this place? No. He comes to the bar, and this fight is awful too. There's a little fight, little at the bar, whatever. The brutal fight. The editing is terrible. I forget to get whoever did the editing in this film did a terrible job. Did his best to keep the blood, any blood from showing, by the way. It's like they really wanted to tone this film down, you know. And it's just horrible editing. He gets his ass kicked. Yeah. This film makes Wolverine and Logan, I mean, Wolverine Logan, makes Wolverine and Sabretooth look like weaklings, you know. In the first movie, Sabretooth is a badass and is a good fighter. But in this movie, they turn him into a wimp. I don't blame Lee Schreiber. It's just the script and writing I blame, okay? And the direction. And the making them brothers, I just don't buy it. It's just bullshit, cliche drama you didn't need in there. He goes to Travis Hospital, he gets healed. The doctor's like, what is this for? The guy's fine. He's like, where's Victor? Where's Victor? I don't know, pal. And then he grabs him like, my girlfriend said, where's Victor? You better tell me it was Victor. Well, you didn't ask. He's like, he went to A-ball. We had to lock him up because he went crazy. Victor, can go savagely, so we had to lock him up. Said he would kill the team. And he's like, I can give you what you need for your, give you anti-venom. I made you invincible. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. But you do that for me, and then you just get the hell out of my way. He bones it with adamantium. This lady's like, you're never gonna feel this pain. He's like, I'm used to pain. No, not like this. He gets all these shots all over his body. He's in the water, in the container. And it's still a better shot in X-Men 2 and the first X-Men movies. It looks frightening. And here, it's blue and lightful and like a little more darker would be nice, a little more scarier looking. They could have made this, but it works. And they think they nearly kill him. The procedure, but he comes to life, and he's able to. I guess Logan's gained super hearing. He's able to hear him to say that he's going to kill him. Afterwards, Logan just comes out. Just it is a cool moment in the trailer and in the movie when he's like, and Zero Shot shoot him in the head, no blood, and he's it's bad editing him bringing out, but no blood, no blood or gore. You know, uses the sword. Sword uses its adamantium claws. He's like jumps down a waterfall butt naked. He finds his barn. He finds it. It's this old elderly couple who live in a barn. And I did think it was funny when when the lady said, "Honey, I think a naked man is running." Like, uh huh. He's got a shotgun. Like, sounds like I'm just running. I need help. And he decided to be nice since Logan's not a threat. Yeah, don't you scaring the old lady. And he checks his closet at night. He accidentally breaks their bathroom sink. He's like, "I'll pay for it." And he eats some food. They talk about motorcycles. Spends the night in the barn thinking about Kayla and stuff. But the boat I forget their names though. This couple, bless their heart, the older folks that had to do this movie that sit through this bad script, at least they're trying. But they get killed eventually. He is shot and killed by Agent Zero. They blow up the barn. He rides the bike, which I'll admit, motorcycle chase is even bad. It's terrible. Ghost Rider had better motorcycle chase scenes than this. Was a lot cooler. This one, I mean, when he's like trying to turn the bike around, he uses his claws to just like turn around. I thought to get in the dirt. That was pretty cool. He takes the helicopter badly at his shot, you know, Zero's down. He's like, those were good people, innocent people. He's like, and he grabs the machine, the radio's like, he's like, Striker, after I kill Victor, I'm coming for you. He's like, well, good people die around you, Logan, they always die around you. Logan's like, uses his sword, puts it on fire, blows him up. Okay, that's kind of a decent moment. Still don't care. He finds John Rath, talks to John Rath, and tells him, there's a special place now we're looking for what we did. We did some terrible things, some awful things. We went after our own kind. We killed some of our own units. We did some awful things. And you meet Fred, who becomes big, and Logan he's like, well, Zero says something about I don't know about that, but Fred does. He's like, don't mention his weight, you offend Fred. And Fred's like, did you just call me blah blah? And they get into a fight. Not much of a fight. He tries to headbutt him, and he knocks him out. He's like, we're striker. And he tells him that Striker and Victor are working together. They on an island. They tell him about the experiments on the 3 Mile Island. Remains are taking experimented on. Oh yeah, we also have, like I said, a young Scout Summer here. He's a teenager. Can't take his glasses off because of his beaming. I'm like, we didn't need this. You know, that a street hustler escaped named Gambit, so they go see Gambit. He asks Gambit about Striker's Island. Gambit attacks Logan, thinking he's trying to take him back. Victor arrives and him and John fight. He's like, come on, Victor, and he eventually kills him. He fights. I do like the one line though when he pulls out the knife, but again, fast CGI is like, what are you gonna do with those? I'm gonna cut your goddamn head off. They fight. It's a badly again fight. Makes Sabretooth look like a weakling. Oh, they don't call him Sabretooth, they just call him Victor. And when he stabs him, the hand with the sword, no blood. Yeah. If you get stabbed with a knife, I'm sure you're gonna bleed. You know. But not in this movie. Gambit attacks Logan again. I did like it when he wasn't Logan. I'm not going back to this, but he knocks him out. That was funny. Still doesn't make this movie. Logan fights with Gambit again, and he wins. He's like, they're gonna, tell everybody you love unless you help me out or whatever. And Logan and Gambit arrive at the island. They leap into the water, which is bad CGI, and he finds Striker, tells him about the Deadpool. And spoiler, Kylo wasn't really dead. She's right there beside him. He's like, I'm the fool just got played, and this upsets Logan. That he had a sister in captivity, so that I guess he can, trigger because I guess it was all about just to get revenge on him for leaving them. And he decides just to leave. I'm done. I'm gone. Eventually, Victor interrupts and demands to have the ultimatum. Yeah, he's like, Victor, your body can't handle it. Kayla's like, no, he's tricking us. I don't know what she was trying to do, but she runs up to Victor, and Victor grabs her. He's like, you're gonna die for real this time. Are you that stupid, Kyle? You just gonna run up? You can't really fight him. Tries to convince her, like, you little mind games, or everything. Like, Victor, they get into a briefly fights. He pushes him over the window glass. He's like, Kilmer's like, you're an animal. He's like, Jimmy, you're an animal. He's like, you're not an animal. Yes, you are. Instead of killing him, he just punches him out. And he advises to help Kayla so they free the other units who can turn to Diamond, including Scott Summers. Logan is facing Weapon X. This is not Deadpool! Fuck! Uh, they really ruined Deadpool in here. They blew his mouth shut. He's just Weapon X. This is not Deadpool. Yes, Trey says this is Deadpool. No, it's not. It's like Striker finds a way to show you up. This is stupid. I was so happy in Deadpool, the first movie. I know the second movie, Deadpool 2 should have been when he shot that shot Weapon X. I wish he, instead of shooting him for the Green Lantern script, I wish he would have gone back to Blake Trinity and shot his character in that. At least I would have had time travel way to that freaking movie. Logan gets paid down, they get into each other. No blood, no blood. Just stab him. And Weapon X can only have swords that comes out of his hands. He can teleport. He has heat vision like Superman. Victor comes to help him out. They get into a bad PG-13, crappy looking CGI fight. He stabs his head off, kicks him to the side. He just kicks him down the ledge. You know, the kids get out because they hear you have Charles Xavier, and I'm not especially sure, but I don't know if it's CGI faced that to him like it was bad X Men last time, but he's just pointless. And he's walking, so I guess X Men First Class when he gets shot in the fucking spine, you know, because of Magneto. That didn't happen apparently because he was walking and dandy and fine, unless he took the drugs or something to do it. I don't know. Richard Test Deadpool, do not close this. Want to bring this. Don't. This thing is not. Yeah, this character right here. This is not Deadpool. Deadpool has a red costume with the eyes, and he talks with a mark in the mouth, making jokes. Yeah, watch the movie. You know, Gambit tries to go see the kids. He tries to get Kayla help. Uh, I forgot to mention there was this general and Stryker, like, because he finds out what Stryker's son's doing, he shuts him down before tries to. He stabs him with a knife, and he shoots him with anti-man bullets and shoots him in the head. That makes him forget, like, what? That's just stupid. He's gonna shoot Kayla, but Kayla grabs his own leg. I should have you killed. We're not like you. Drop the gun. Keep walking till your feet bleed. Walk north, and he does. And Logan gets up. Kayla's already dead from her shotgun wound. He's like, "Who are you, Gambit? Who are you? Who are you?" He's like, "Who am I? Your name is Logan. I put you in here. I took you here." They turn around and he sees Kayla. He's like, "You know her?" No. Gambit doesn't know her, of course, because he's never seen Kayla before. But he's like, "I'll find my own way." Then he runs off in the end, and yeah, this is what they make this character like. This ain't Deadpool. Then I guess there's another ending. Two end credits where you see him walking, not walking, but I'm talking about Danny Houston, Striker walking. They saying that you're going to be arrested for the murder. Yeah. And the movie ends there. I don't really care about the rest of the film. And that's X-Men Origins Wolverine. Yeah. But this movie, let me get my final thoughts on it. I'm not reading it close. I'm about to be done, actually. I'm tired. I'm gonna eat something tonight, so let me finish this up. So X-Men Wolverine. This is a shitty film. This is a terrible movie. This is one of the worst superhero films ever made. Would I say it's the worst X-Men movie? No. But one of, along with X-Men Last Stand, I don't like either movies. I don't care which is better than the other. Both they both suck to me for different reasons. They both piss me off. Piss me off because they make Wolverine a PG-13 character. You don't make it rated R. You ruin Deadpool. Yeah, this way it looks like until they, yeah, yeah. And the story sucks because who cares that his name is James? All James, whatever. It should just be Logan. I don't need to see Wolverine as a kid and the whole thing in the 1800s in the war. Okay, good. I don't need to see all that. The most interesting that makes him a fascinating character is I don't need to see all his past. All I need to know that he's probably lived for a long time. He's probably lived since the 1500s. Who knows? But this movie ruins that. I didn't care about that side story in the beginning with him and Victor. Him and yeah, because we watched the first X movie. There's no moments that they're brothers. That was just stupid bad writing on Skip Wood's part, probably, and the directors. Yeah. Oh, it would impact on the story, and no, it doesn't. It ruins the story. It doesn't make sense. It's just stupid. It's retarded. I'm like, why did you think that'd be a good idea? They're not brothers, probably in the comics. Why did you put it in here? And X-Men Origins Wolverine, like, we don't need an origin story for Wolverine. Who cares about these characters in the past? I don't care about that. It's more interesting not to know. All I know is that the first X-Men movies, X-Men, X-Men 2, I already got his past. I know that Stryker created him. We all know that. You just add that in here. And it doesn't work. And the film is so boring, and the action scenes are lame. There's no blood and gore. It is PG-13. You can tell that they were trying to hype on the Dark. It was when the Dark Knight came out the year before. Yeah, because the Dark Knight directed by Chris Nolan, and I remember that they were trying to really capitalize on the PG-13 rating. Probably turned down because they probably thinking this will make money because the studio interference. You can say things like Spider-Man 3 had that. I still hate Spider-Man 3, and that's Marvel 2. Different movie, but Sam Raimi, partially blame him too, and I blame the director and the writers on this film, and the producer Lawrence Donner because y'all wanted to say let's bow down to the Fox's commands and do it. You know, Wolverine is an anti-hero. Yeah, even though he's with the X-Men. Logan Howlett. Okay, in the comics, whatever. But to me, he's just Logan. So, but making them brothers doesn't work. The film has a boring story, awful characters. Yeah. Uh, Taylor Kish is terrible. He does a terrible job as Gambit. This later he plays Kyle Lynn Collins. Didn't care for her too much. And Lee Schreiber, I like him in the Scream movies, but he's terrible. Wait, Ryan Reynolds, his second worst comic book movie. His dialogue is not even that funny. It's just really bad. He's not a mark with the mouth. He just tells jokes at the time, and it's like Blake Trinity. It's just jokes he's throwing out there, and it's not very well. But at least he doesn't have a goatee. So the cast was not. Yeah, Hugh Jackman. He tries, but the script lets him down. He's trying, but it's just not a good story and script. Cinematography is ugly here. I don't know if McAlplane. This guy does a good job with some of the films I mentioned, like in the '90s I mentioned. But the editing, you had two editors on this film, Nicholas D. Toth and Megan Gill, and y'all did a shitty job. You suck. And I can't find out. Hopefully they edit another film at them because they cannot edit a movie at all. You suck at it. I'm sorry, but you did terrible. Music score. Some of the music score I liked a little bit, but it doesn't save the movie. The movie's 100. At least one thing, the movie does feel short, around 47 minutes. It feels like it moved by a good pace, but it's boring. It does feel a bit slow at times, and the action, the story is uninteresting. The special effects, the CGI, for the claws are terrible. CGI is bad too, really bad. And I hate with this film. This film completely ruins Deadpool. You know, you might as well just stab the character or shoot him in the head yourself. That's what this movie did to the Deadpool character. You shot him in the freaking head and killed him. Killed him. So stupid. It's just bad studio writing. People that made this movie, idiots, didn't know what you were doing. Gavin Hood, let's just Skip Woods, he's a terrible writer. A lot of films he's written are not even good. You know, Gavin Hood, I hope don't direct another X-Men movie. He hasn't, has he? Don't direct another superhero movie, because you'll ruin it. You know. Well, thankfully he hasn't done a movie, directed a movie since 2019. Don't. Good. I guess because of the way this film turned out and the fans hating it, they probably said, nope, you're not going to know the directing job. The movie made money, but it wasn't a huge hit. you know. Iron Man Dark Knight were bigger successes than this, you know, because they work for PG-13. Wolverine is not. That's like making Deadpool PG-13. It's like making Blade PG-13 or Watchmen PG-13 or even Vendetta PG-13. That won't work, you know. To me, Wolverine is an anti. Wolverine is I'm sorry is an anti-hero. You cannot make him a kid-friendly character. You can't tone him down because you just want a bigger audiences there and want kids to come see the movie. Tone it down. That's what they did. They toned it down. You know, they lost their balls and couldn't find it right. You know, but eventually Ryan Reynolds brought back Deadpool back in a good way. Thank God with the 2016 film and Deadpool 2. Yeah, that might have issues. Deadpool 2, but it's a way better movie than this. Yeah, X-Men Last Stand. It pissed me off what it did with the characters. Even though I like Hugh Jackman and Holly Berry, it still pisses me off. That's why I can't stand that movie. You know, yeah, The Last Stand. I can't take that. I can't stand it no more. I can't even stand this movie no more. But X-Men Wolverine, X-Men Orders Wolverine. The Wolverine and Logan are much better, especially Logan. That's rated R. The movie that we need. They actually are good movies, in my personal opinion. It still has some issues though. The Wolverine. Logan I thought was a perfect element. Well, some issues, but it's still a great movie because it was rated R. Better characters in that movie, better villains as well. You know. But yeah, lame cast. I can't know any more thing I say about it, but stupid movie. One of the worst X Men movies ever. I would say one of the worst superhero films ever made, in my personal opinion. And I'm gonna give thumbs down. That's Wolverine. I'm gonna give it 1 out of 5 stars, Margaret, because Hugh Jackman tries. He worked hard for this movie. He's trying his best, but what he's been given with the direction and the writing, it lets him down a lot. But it's not his fault. He just needed a better movie. So yes, hope you enjoyed my review slash epic rant on X-Men Wolverine. A thumbs down once again. My rating for this one was 1 out of 5 stars. So yeah, tell me in the comments down below. What do you think of this, you know, movie? Do you like it or do you hate it? And what is your favorite X-Men movie? And what do you think of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, in your opinion? And if you've seen Deadpool Wolverine, let me know how it is. But I haven't seen it yet, but let me know how it is. And please tell me to let me know if it is much better than this piece of shit film. Yeah, X-Men Wolverine, yeah. Yeah, crappy movie. Oh, a bit slapped. I give a little slap. Just, alright, there we go. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, stay tuned for the next review, guys. That is, we got 3 more 2009 animated reviews. 2009 superhero reviews. They're all animated movies, and these movies are much, much, much better than X-Men vs. Wolverine. That is Green Lantern First Flight. So I really enjoyed this movie. I look forward to really doing a review for it. So stay tuned for that tomorrow, hopefully. So Green Lantern, hopefully, yeah. Green Lantern First Flight. This is my next superhero review. So stay tuned for this, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.